when we learn about leadership, and I'm sure you've had lots of talks about leadership, we often learn about leaders, about other leaders, historical leaders or current leaders, political leaders or business leaders or cultural leaders, famous people, celebrities, people that we hear about, that we read about, we see on the television. So we hear about leaders, what they do, their achievements, their characteristics, the lessons that they may teach, or the lessons from what they've done or not done. But in the middle is you, it's me. And the point is, what has all that got to do with me? Because it's all very well to learn about famous leaders and their leadership style and the good things that they did and the bad things that they did and the achievements and the huge amount of money that they made or the fantastic changes that they created. But what's that got to do with you? Because you are not them. And we have to look at it the other way around. We have to look at leadership from a different point of view. It's not about studying leadership, it's about studying yourself. And I would argue that it all comes down to change. I would argue that all leadership is about change. Almost all. There may be some situations where it's not about change, but I think if you look at it really, leadership is almost always about some form of change and creating that change. And we talked about that 2 weeks ago. Change is all around us, but the point is that change is in all of our lives. So on the one hand, we can think of it like this, that you are here and you've got your environment around you and your community, and you've got leaders and law and authority at the top, and they tell you what to do. And that's, you look at that picture and you say, yeah, I want to be the leader. But let's look at it the other way around. How about taking it that way? What do you do? What should you do? What can you do to change things or to influence change? And I'm not talking about kind of political action or those sorts of things. Those exist and they're valid and it's fine. But on a small level, on your personal level, on your family, community level, what can you do and how can you do it? What steps can you take? And in order for you to be able to exert any influence on the changes around you, to drive those changes, to influence your environment, your community, we all need leadership skills. So even if you are not the leader on that top level, the leader in the poem, even if you answered no to my question about whether you see yourself as a leader, it doesn't matter. You still need leadership skills. And leadership, we call them leadership skills, call them life skills, we call them soft skills to some extent. They're all mixed up together. But you need a set of skills that will enable you to effect change. And this is something I like to say to people. It's better to do something than to be someone. You know, I want to be the leader. I want to be the leader. Yeah, but why? Go out and do something, and then you'll see. So, and that is something we all should be trying to do something positive. And we all need the leadership skills to do it. So it's not about being someone. Let other people decide whether you're a leader or not. Maybe you're not the right person to decide. So there's some questions for you. And these are not direct questions. These are rhetorical questions for you to think about. But who do you want to be? And when I say that, I don't mean I want to be the leader. Who do you want to be? What kind of a person? What values do you want to have to show to the world? what are the gifts that you want to give to the world? How do you want to behave? And I come back to that in a little moment, because I think this also has to do with the meaning of life. What do you want to do? And what do you want to change? Because when you start to answer those questions, you then start to look at what kind of skills you need and how to use the skills that we've been talking about, or the values that we've been talking about, on your journey towards change, towards action.